the other topic I thought of interest would be M&A,
Yeah,
because that's always a topic of interest. I think it's always interesting to see where deals are made, and we had this patent cliff coming up with a lot
yeah,
of
a lot of
development of
product,
drugs.
a lot of
Keytruda
products.
comes to
Yeah,
mind, but there's like I should have had a list of them, but there's seven or eight more
yeah,
that all recognize that by
yeah,
2030 will be gone. And
yep,
all the big farmers have a patent cliff to address. And
yep,
so they need to do something, either develop it internally or go to M&A.
right,
So that's one reason I always try to keep track of M&A. So I took a look, updated as of today. So maybe it doesn't
yep,
include the deals in the last few days, but if they don't capture them, but it looks like we're slightly ahead in terms of the value of the deals, and the value includes a lot of future amounts, right?
right.
So it's a little bit distorted maybe in terms of what may actually come about, but I think I have yeah. So here's the number. So 86.1 billion of deals announced to date, and that's 94 deals. And then last year it was 81.2. So we're just in the single digit percent increase in terms of dollars.
Yeah,
96 deals were announced, so it's about the same. Um, Oncology was a big area, as always.
always is. Yeah,
It's always
always
there.
is.
But I thought I'd ask you kind of your thoughts, if you had a chance to look at some of the deals and some of the deals that stood out to you, that have happened so far this year, and kind of what your thoughts were.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think there's it's kind of interesting that people are still going so not gangbusters. This is a slower deal year. If you look at the last 4 years compared to kind of pre-COVID, we're definitely still have never picked up to those paces.
Yeah.
From my perspective, I think there's some very very large deals that have been signed this year, and it's not really the space that I'm in. I
Yeah.
spend a lot of time in, you know, I always call it, there's the major leagues of pharma. And, I stepped out of the major leagues of pharma on purpose. And I like the smaller deals. And so I focus a lot on, smaller companies. Technology licensing, is certainly interesting. There's been, a lot in the obesity space,
Yeah.
that's been going on from a development perspective.
Hmm.
Um, I don't I don't think that that's going to continue because some of the things that we talked about earlier, and the fact that you know we still have a couple of big questions that need to be answered in obesity.
Hmm.
But I think the company that figures out long-term durable healthcare with a true maintenance therapy, whether it's Lilly, Novo, My Drug, whomever, Viking, there's Boehringer has a pretty decent portfolio in that space. I know Pfizer's got a drug that they're working through. One failed, one is still in process. But I expect over the next couple of years to see a lot more of these smaller new technology companies getting much bigger ticketed deals, biodollar deals. Um, and then the other thing that will be interesting is there's been quite a bit of trimming of kind of national lab government based funding, with the current administration. And, and that I don't know whether it's good or bad. There's a lot of people who are, oh my God, it's horrible. And there's other people who are like, what were we really getting out of that development anyway? Was it really generating taxpayer return? I don't know. I'm not smart enough to answer that question, but I do know that there's going to be, with AI is going to be a big piece of this.